Yeah, great to see you all again. Really excited. Had an awesome weekend out in Macon, Georgia at the Mercer Invitational. Got to play UT Martin, which we beat in 5, and then we went 4 with Mercer, and then we got a nice 4-set match and win over West Georgia as well. A couple things just to highlight. We had some really nice highlights over the weekend. Number one, Izzy McCormick surpassed 1,000 career digs to become the 21st person in school history to do so. And in doing so, had a 29 dig match against UT Martin, which is a career high for her. So really proud of her and the success that she's had. She's been really dominant since we moved her to Zone 6. She had 3 consecutive 20 dig matches in a row. So it's been doing really well there. And then wanted to shout out Kamani Rugley, who in that UT Martin match hit 818, which set a UND record for a hitting efficiency in a 5-set match. That record has stood since 1995. So really proud of her. But all the team, I mean, Lauren and Paige and Izzy and Sadie and Maddie and Kamani and Mar. Mar had 8 blocks, which is also career high for her in that match. Everybody came out and did a phenomenal job. Overall, really nice weekend. A ton of service pressure from us against all of our opponents, particularly against UT Martin and West Georgia. We had 24 aces combined in those 2 matches alone, which is crazy. But ultimately, our team is doing what they've been doing. They continue to get better every single day. And they continue to improve, and we saw more people playing at their best more consistently this weekend, and we saw 3 really good matches against 3 really good teams. So really excited about the growth there, and more excited to just start conference play. We got South Dakota at home on Thursday in the Betty, and then we get to go down to Fargo on Saturday and play NDSU in their home gym. So really excited to get going with conference play.
What do you think about diving right into conference play with South Dakota and North Dakota State? That's getting right into it.
Yeah,
I mean, tough opponents. Just
wouldn't have it any other way. We were really excited to go out. Mercer had a really nice student section on Friday night, and so we were talking about how that was such great preparation to go down to Fargo this weekend. But ultimately, we know everybody in this conference is really good. Oral Roberts just went out and beat New Mexico State over the weekend. New Mexico State's a very good team. So whether you're the first place team in this conference or the last place team in this conference, it's going to be a battle every single night. So we're excited to get going.
Do you feel like in certain ways you're trending in the right direction as conference play hits, or how do you feel about maybe some momentum here? Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, winning 3 of our last 4 is a really nice way to end non-conference play. But ultimately, we've seen, again, there's some youth on this team. We have some older players that haven't had a lot of minutes earlier in their career because of injuries and other things like that. And so ultimately, we knew this team was going to get better really, really quickly the more time they got on the court. And we see that. I mean, Maddie and Kamani and Sadie all came out and had phenomenal weekends as true freshmen. Skylar continues to improve in her role. But ultimately, that youth combined with the experience of Izzy and Paige and what they're doing as leaders on the court has been really successful for us. And so it's cool to see them continue to grow in that space. And yeah, we're excited to keep growing in that and pushing forward.
Coach, in that game against West Georgia, we saw the offense really, flourish, especially that 4th set. I mean, 4-2-9, hitting. But, what were you seeing from your offense that led to, such a high percentage?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, Sadie's really settling into her role running a 5-1 for us. She's not only more consistent in her location and her speed with what she's doing, but she's also added some wrinkles of being a little bit more offensive herself, which gives you one more thing to think about when she's in the front row, which is really, really nice. I think the other side of that is that we were absolutely dominant from the serve and pass phase of the game. We were serving people off the net and getting a ton of aces, but we were also passing in system a ton. So whether it was us in system in our receive phase and being able to run multiple options at speed, or serving them off the net in a way that we were able to get better transition swings, ultimately, we were putting ourselves in a spot where we could really capitalize on the chaos that we created on the other side of the net.
Obviously, conference play is starting here soon, but when you have a player like Paige that obviously has the offense, but picking up 3 blocks for you guys, what has she meant to this roster, this program, this season?
Yeah, we always knew that Paige was going to be really productive for us as a player on the court, just statistically. I mean, she's doing a really nice job playing 6 rotations for us, which is something that she's never done. So we're able to not only have her score out of the front row, but out of the back row as well. But she's been playing better defense than she's ever played before. She's probably the best read blocker in our gym. And she's scoring some points from the service line as well, which is something that we haven't seen previously in her career. And so it's really nice to have her impact the game in so many ways on the court. I think the other side of that is that just with the experience that she's had as a 4-year starter, she's able to really help bring some calm and some wisdom to the younger athletes on our team and kind of keep everybody moving in the right direction.
Hey, Coach, as a conference season is here, do you feel like your lineups and rotations are kind of more solidified now that you're a few games in, or are there still some more things you want to try out?
Yeah, we still have a few athletes that are coming back from injury, and so when they come back, that obviously might shake some things up because we know that they're really talented and they're going to push everybody to be really great in that space. But for sure, of the athletes that we've had available to us, it seems like we're starting to settle into a lineup. But the cool thing is that our gym is really deep right now, and so that could change at any given moment because somebody's playing really well or somebody has an off day and somebody else is ready to step up. And so we're in a place where we've got more depth this year than we've had in the past, and so it gives us more options to definitely make changes tactically or by necessity if needed.
Yeah, and one more question. I noticed that since coming here to UND, this is the first time your squad has started the conference season at home. So is there kind of a different feeling to starting Summit play at home versus on the road?
You know, I think for us, ultimately, just playing at home is always great because we've got our crowd and our fans in front of us, and we've got people that are going to come and cheer us on. And we know that everywhere that you go in our conference, there's going to be a huge crowd and a lot of people chirping at you. And so it's always nice to have them cheering for you rather than against you.
Going off that a little bit, what's key for your team to start Summit League play strong this week?
Yeah, I think continuing to build on the things that we've had success with thus far already. I mean, our serve and pass pressure has been unreal and only continues to get better week to week. And then we've seen that our offense has become far more consistent, especially as our defensive numbers have improved. And so we just want to keep building on that and knowing that our volleyball is pretty good and it can compete with anybody in this conference.
What's the mindset heading into the rivalry matchup against NDSU? I know you have South Dakota first, but with NDSU, what's kind of the mindset? What are you kind of preaching to the girls right now?
Yeah, I think number one is don't look past South Dakota. South Dakota is really good, and we don't want to take anything for granted. We know that they're going to come in on Thursday and they're going to battle. I mean, we've gone 5 sets with South Dakota every year that I've been here, and so we know that we want to make sure we take and give a lot of focus to that match first and foremost. But everybody knows that it's really fun to play against NDSU, whether it's here or down in Fargo, and the matches in Fargo are always pretty epic battles. So we know it's their homecoming. We know that they're going to have a lot of people there, and we're just excited to play in front of a gnarly crowd.
How are you preparing the team to handle the pressure and the intensity that comes with playing in a rivalry match like that, especially with some of those newer players that haven't experienced it yet?
Yeah, you know, in those matches, everything just feels a little more heightened. Everything feels a little bit more intense, but ultimately our job is just to stay super consistent. You know, there's 200 plus points played in a 5-set match, and every rally is approximately 13 seconds long, but the break between rallies is 15 to 18 seconds. So you have more time not playing volleyball than you have playing volleyball. And the team that manages that time the best and make sure that they're able to come out every single point and stay consistent in how they approach those points is going to be the one that ultimately wins those battles.